Have you ever wondered why HMRC seems to be absolutely obsessed with cracking down on small businesses? Well, the numbers actually just dropped, and it's more revealing than I think they probably wanted it to be. Now, HMRC just published its official tax gap report for 2023 to 2024. And, well, it's kind of eye-opening.
This is the worst!
According to the report, the UK tax gap, which is the difference between what HMRC should be collecting and what it actually gets, sits at 5.3%. That means there's about 39 billion in unpaid taxes. Okay, fine. But where's that missing tax coming from? And here's where it gets kind of interesting. According to HMRC's own data, small businesses, yep, the freelancers, the shop owners, side hustlers, account for 60% of that tax gap. 60. Now just let that sink in. Not hedge funds, not multinationals with offshore accounts and 12 post boxes in Luxembourg. Small businesses are the problem. Apparently. And what exactly is HMRC's plan here? Well, they're pouring money into closing that gap. They're hiring 5,500 new compliance officers and 2,400 debt collectors over the next few years. And that's with a goal of pulling in an extra 7.5 billion a year by 2030. And guess where that enforcement effort is being focused? Not the boardrooms, not the offshore trusts, but the builders, bakers, and bookkeepers. You know, the ones who don't have an army of lawyers and tax advisors. Now, I want to dig a little deeper here, because according to the same report, the main reasons for the tax gaps are failure to take reasonable care, which sits at 31%, basic error, which sits at 15%, and evasion, which sits at 14%. Now, the translation here is that this isn't some widespread criminal conspiracy. Most of the gap comes from small business owners making relatively simple mistakes, misunderstanding the rules, or just getting overwhelmed by a system designed for people who already know the game. And instead of simplifying that system, HMRC's solution is more pressure, more inspections, more penalties. Now, small businesses are the backbone of the economy, but right now they're being treated like the enemy. Now, this isn't about fairness, it's about who's easiest to audit. And while HMRC shouts about closing the tax gap, you'll notice what they're not shouting about is the billions shuffled around by global giants, all well within the rules. Which are rules that they actually helped write in the first place.
Right.
So, if you're a small business owner, you must stay alert. Keep your records tight, because this tax gap report just painted a giant target on your back. Now, if you want to make sure HMRC doesn't come knocking at your door, I would strongly recommend watching our video, The UK is Waging War on Small Businesses. I'll put it at the end of this for you to click through to, where we break down the Economic Crime and Corporate Transparency Act, which is bringing the most significant updates to Companies House rules in over 170 years.